Let's get started.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live. Yo,
Let's get down to business.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
All right.
for the underground world, every street and borough.
You may learn something.
It's the Post Joe, the moment you've all been waiting for.
It's the Post Joe, with Simon, Kamar, and Matt.
Sometimes Chico.
He's not here.
As always with the Post Joe, we start off traditional and we name the new Patreons for the week. Great week. Thank you so much, all the Patreons, and welcome to the team. Caleb Keefe came out of Brian Redban with not much fanfare. Then
Oh, sorry. Way to go, Caleb. Thanks so much. We
then,
appreciate all your
I'm
support.
sorry, Caleb. I'm tired and high.
I was thinking how I don't have my phone to check. you
Yes,
today.
I'm concerned right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss one.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, big shout out to Brendan
Thank you,
Petrie.
Matt.
Welcome aboard, Brendan.
Brendan. Whoop woo.
Then I only have a Jody 870.
Yeah,
Brian Redban.
definitely different on your phone.
What about Douglas Garbett?
And that was what I was about
Oh
to
yeah,
get to.
you can't do that, Matty. You got to
Dougie.
let him get through it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dougie Garbutt came
let
into
him
Brian
let him
Callen.
dig his own grave.
My
remember?
apologies.
But we
yes.
just want to find out what Jody's name is.
Yeah. What was his full name?
It just says Jody 870.
Okay.
Okay,
I
good.
mean-
There you go.
187 on Undercover Cop. Thank you to all the Patreons.
Yes, thank you,
keeping this ship
patrons.
afloat.
That
You
was
guys are
all you had,
amazing.
Matty.
That's it. That's it. That's all.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
We got through it.
Way to go.
We
Kay.
got through it.
Way to go.
So we cut you off there on the...
Well, very, very interesting moment in that episode for us.
Did he mention our show and I didn't pick up on it?
No.
Oh.
Where Kamar told Simon straight to his face that he could never be prime minister.
And now we are running.
Now the universe
Have we ever had a Jewish prime minister?
makes this happen.
No, but we're going to have one now.
You know, that's why Donald Trump is in office.
Because there's never been a Jewish prime minister?
Because
Spite.
Obama looked at
Oh,
him
yeah.
and said, "You can never be president."
That's not what he said, but
That's pretty much what he said.
all right, fair enough.
Said, "I am something that you will never be."
Again.
President.
Close.
Anyways.
So in creepy news, there's some guy, they think he's dead, but he killed his daughters, and he's running around northern Quebec.
Yeah. I got the Amber Alert for it the other day.
So why do they think he's dead?
By the way,
Well, they're saying he's living off the land, check your cottage is broken into, but...
how many fucking Amber Alerts were there last week? Jesus Christ. It was out of control.
Well, these were the two little girls who were found dead last week. This is the guy who killed them, the father. He's on the run.
Yeah.
He's on the loose.
He's still alive.
He could be at your cottage
Oh.
right now, Simon.
This is what I'm trying to
Or he
drive
could
at.
have
Where,
broken his ankle in a tree stump, and he's...
or he could have shot himself in the forest somewhere and they just haven't found him. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But where do they think he is?
Quebec.
4.5 hours north of here in Quebec.
4.5 hours north of here in Quebec.
Yeah.
So, no, not near where I am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We don't have to be that worried, but it still
But I
sucks
mean,
that there's a creepy guy out
he
there.
could be anywhere up there, just
what I'm saying.
cruising around, hunting Bigfoots.
So that's the creepy local news. In other news, Ghislaine Maxwell, to our dismay, pleaded not guilty. She was denied bail, which I think is a good thing, but she pleaded not guilty.
Pleaded
So-
not guilty to the one charge they had her on, which was enticing minors to cross state lines for the purpose of prostitution.
Yeah.
Is that correct, Kamar?
Mm-hmm.
Pleading not guilty, though, means a bunch of different things. It means either A, they didn't offer her a good plea deal. Like, hold on. Our concern was that she was going to get some sweetheart fucking deal like Epstein got, right?
That's one concern. The concern other is that she fights this thing. It's a Mickey Mouse charge and she gets off.
What I'm saying, though, is at least one concern I was alleviated, that she was going to plea down to some bullshit charge that was going to go unnoticed and she'd do no time. So that's off the table now. But you're right. She could, I don't know if you know the stats on people that go to trial, but a lot of them beat it.
Oh, no.
As long as you have the money.
And she has a lot of support, apparently. Geraldo Rivera was on Fox News saying it's ridiculous that she's been charged because the charges are from 27 years ago. which was just weird and suspectful.
But wait a second. I'm so confused here. I kind of was under the impression that they were keeping her as like the star witness. And now she's fighting this charge that they laid on her, which I just assumed, like, I know I'm probably being stupid here. That was some like useless charge because she was about to spill the beans. You know what I'm saying?
No. So explain what you're saying.
Okay. There are way bigger charges they could charge her with than enticing minors across.
I don't know what
state
evidence they
lines.
have.
You don't know that. That's my point. Come on, listen. This is what we're telling you. Is like if they don't have any evidence, concrete
Well,
evidence,
the evidence they have on Epstein
is not necessarily the evidence they have
is
on
the
her.
exact same evidence.
No,
they have
sirree.
on her.
Well, no,
It-
that's the problem. Some of that evidence might be
the same
inadmissible.
people who are accusing him are accusing her.
No, you don't know that. That's what I'm telling you, Simon.
Well, we know just from that stupid movie on Netflix.
But we don't because listen, from what I saw, all that early shit she wasn't even there for. All the super young girl early shit, she only came along once he started kind of.
No. She was there for the whole thing.
All right. Well, what I got out of it was that she wasn't there in Florida as much. Either way.
Anyways, what I was driving at was that they just gave her this shitty little charge just for optics because they knew behind the scenes that she's about to roll over on everybody.
And they're trying to protect her or muzzle her.
I assume protect her.
Okay.
Like, this is what I don't understand. Sorry, that's what I was driving at. Like, I don't look at this as like she has a chance of beating this. Because I think that if they really wanted to, they could just fucking throw the book at her, you know?
I understand what you think.
Keep her in jail forever.
Well,
Yeah, but here, hold on.
Or in limbo forever.
Yeah,
you
here's
know?
where you're wrong, though. When they want someone to stay in jail forever, when they want to throw the book at someone, they charge you with everything under the fucking sun, Simon.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
don't think they want to throw the book at her. I think they want her to roll on everybody. She said she has video of Andrew. She said she has
Yeah,
Epstein's
but you're missing the
black
point. Is if you want someone to roll, then you do throw the book at them. You
Unless
charge
they-
them with everything.
unless they've made a deal behind the scenes and this is all just for optics. But then that doesn't make sense because now she's pleading innocent. Like I'm confused.
I think what we wanted to happen was there's been a plea deal, heads are about to roll. But her saying, pleading not guilty, she's fighting this may not work out in anyone's favor, or except for hers.
It's very weird to me that, Simon, there's got to be an empty page in your book somewhere. It's weird to me that you kind of want a plea deal.
If that's going to implicate a whole bunch of other people in high places and bring them down, yeah, that's what I want.
I'll definitely take a plea deal if it means it. Like, listen, Epstein didn't work. They had their chance and they couldn't get what they needed out of him. Right? He was killed too soon. They have
I'm just saying, who's worse in this scenario? The person fucking the kids or the person providing all the kids being fucked?
I think they're all terrible.
Well, okay, we're in agreement there. That's not my question.
But if it means bringing down the 20, 30, 40 people
I'm just saying
and,
here.
and she gets a pass, like, I think
Just
I'm okay with it.
hear me out. I think you're looking at this the wrong way. Normally, like, look at this like a drug thing. Okay. Normally, what they do in a drug case is they go to someone lower and they get that person to flip on someone higher. In my opinion, her and Epstein, especially her, she's the top of the chain pretty much, isn't she? Other than her dad.
Or if they're working for Israel or who the fuck knows, man. Like,
Fine, but my point is like if the argument at the beginning is that her and Jeffrey Epstein were running an international child pedophile ring, then she's the top. You've got her. You don't need her to flip, is my point. Like, just hear me out. What you guys are saying is there are more powerful people than her fucking kids, and we want them to go down, right?
yeah, I think she's just a tool.
Okay, but hear me out. What I'm saying is my problem with that argument is simply that I agree all those people should go down, but giving her a lesser sentence seems fucked up to me.
Well, no, if you spare one to get 10 versus just putting one away.
And again, I don't think she she's
Well,
the
that's how the justice
she's
system
the
works.
boss
I get it.
of this company that is running this ring, but she is not the owner of the company. She's just a GM working for somebody. I'm just giving you an example. The people who are running this shit are the same people who are getting their friends pleasured like those are the guys we need to get to. We don't need to get to the madam who's running the show, because that's what she is. She's a madam. We need to get to the guy who owns the brothel.
Yeah, fine. But my point is that I don't think, like, you guys want Bill Clinton to go down, Hillary Clinton, and those aren't the people that own the brothel.
No, but
So, yeah, but that's my point is I don't think she was about to flip. If your point is you think she was about to give up some huge, unknown, masked, hooded man, I don't think that's the case.
Okay, fine. So let's back up on that for a second.
Sure.
Even if it's taking down 10, 15 powerful people who are being held up in society as these like shining beacons, and we're going to illuminate like the hypocrisy of all of this, it's probably worth it. Like Kamar said, the one for the many, you know?
Yeah, I just hate the idea of getting in bed with someone that runs a child pedophile ring just to take down a few. Like, think
Except
about what
I don't think she runs it.
But just here, okay, fine.
Henry
But
Hill.
she was close to the top, and she was very complicit. My problem, Simon, is like you want to take down people that you feel are predominant or shining stars in, which I'm fine with. They should be taken down. But my issue is, do you really want to give someone, like, imagine if she got 10 years in prison for all she's done? Do you like?
well, let's
Do
put
you
it.
think that'd be justice served?
No, not at all. And even then, even if you were like, well, Bill Clinton got 20 years and so and so, like,
Okay, well, let's put it this way, Matt. And
Okay.
this, I have no idea if this is true. Okay, this is
stop
just
touching your mic, please.
for the point of the thing. Is what if Biden is on that list? Okay,
sure.
What if we find out that she has video of Biden
Sure.
and he's about to become president?
Okay.
Isn't
What
that
if
a
there's
really
video of Biden and Trump?
perfect? Great.
They both have to go
Again,
down.
it doesn't have to be a fucking
No,
Trump
but I'm just
thing.
okay, fine. But my point is like,
I'm showing you how it could be very relevant to what's going on right now.
yeah, I agree.
Okay,
but I
so
still don't
that's
think
why
she.
we need to know.
Okay, but you're missing the point. Is like, okay, Simon, let's say your daughter got raped, and the woman that ran the fucking pedophile ring that got her involved, they caught her, and then they come to you and they go, listen, she's only going to do 5 years in prison. She'll be out in 5 years walking the street, but we caught 5 people. And again, you can't even guarantee, keep in mind too, you can't even guarantee with her fucking testimony that these powerful people will ever even do a real fucking day of jail time. And that's
can
the
only
thing.
hope.
That's the thing that scares me the most about all this.
Yeah, and you're right. And those parents, that it fucking sucks. It does.
And
does.
the victims. It's insane. It's crazy.
It does. But again, I think that even they would be able to say that, look, if like these bigger people who like cause all of this, and maybe we're stopping something bigger than, you know, like, look, if the Clintons really are involved in this, let's say, and they're like real sickos, I don't know if that's the case or not, but let's say they are. And when Jeffrey Epstein's operation fell, they just moved on to the next one. But now it can be stopped if we somehow get rid of these people. I mean, I think they would be okay with that.
What I want to know is,
Saving the next girl.
and I know neither of you have these numbers, but like how, like, I don't think the numbers are at all high. How many female sex offenders are there?
All teachers, all the female teachers that are. I mean, that happens all the time. They
have
fuck
no
a student
idea.
or whatever. It's
Okay, fine. I guess that.
higher than you think. Not as high as men. Somewhere in there.
I think, and if you're including like madams in that, or like women who run,
Manipulate.
I don't know, man.
So that was a disappointing week. And then on top of that,
He has to keep us moving.
Yeah.
no, Andrew Schulz,
Yeah.
our boy Andrew Schulz, you know, he does his rants that Joe's been praising. He did a rant about Epstein, Ghislaine, and Bill Gates.
Okay.
They are connected, the pictures, whatever, taken down by Facebook for bullying. Interesting. Is that not sketchy as fuck?
Bullying who?
Bill Gates.
I guess it's Bill and Ghislaine.
Well, it can't be bullying.
Well, no, they don't
you
say you
can't
bully
a
this
criminal.
person, you shit on those people, that's all right. It's just, but Fuck Facebook.
I'm just saying through deductive reasoning, we know it's Bill Gates. 'cause
Well, you knew right away as a conspiracy-minded person.
Well, I saw an article this week that said that Facebook failed their first ever, what was it, like a human rights,
Tribunal?
no, they didn't go to a tribunal, but like some sort of audit, like a human rights audit, and they failed it fucking miserably. So, yeah, fuck Facebook all day.
But yeah, that's very interesting that they took that down. Unless it's Bill Gates made a phone call. That's not so interesting. It's diabolical. I asked Simon when I got here, but I want to ask you, do you feel like China's sort of slipping through the cracks?
I mean, it seems like a lot slipping through the cracks.
I mean, because the more footage of release of they have the Uyghurs in the concentration camps.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
that should be viruses or whatever,
news.
doesn't matter.
Yep.
The virus, I think there was an announcement that the WHO was going to investigate. Now they're not investigating. Like, that seems ridiculous that we haven't. Let's just look at the lab or whatever.
I think we're forgetting too a really, really important thing. It's an election year, which means Russia is hard at work.
Well, that's what I said to Simon. I think China's way harder at work.
I think
And-
they both are, either way.
China would like to make Russia seem like the bad guy. And I think all this news, everything is pushed up to distract anyone from talking about what China's doing wrong. That's my conspiracy theory. Could be something there, could be nothing there. Let us know what you think in the Reddit or emails. In an interesting development, our friend Barry Weiss just resigned from the New York Times. Did you read about that? No. Because she says the newspaper is run on people worried about what happens on social media. She's not progressive because she was an editorial of opinion editor, and she would give other sides because people were saying the New York Times have become way too left.
Did you say, sorry, she's not progressive?
She's progressive in entertaining ideas. She's anti-woke and anti-cancel culture. And she was getting a lot of pushback. But she was progressive she was writing editorial stories in the New York Times that would go against normal, what we think we'd want to read, which is what you want in an editorial page. And I didn't like her, so now I sort of like her. Do you think that's interesting that she resigned? Because that's got to be her dream job. And fun fact, she dated Kate McKinnon.
Who's Kate McKinnon? Oh, Kate
From
McKinnon.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Who's Kate McKinnon?
The lesbian on Saturday Night Live.
I didn't know either of them were lesbians.
I did not know either till I was.
Kate McKinnon? What does she
She's
look
got like a pig-like nose. That's
She's
the one.
funny. She does.
bigger?
She does Jeff Sessions. She was Hillary.
I'll show you a fucking photo. You'll know her
She's
right
the
away.
blonde.
She's the blonde.
Yeah, I know her. I didn't know she was a lesbian. She was in Ghostbusters.
She was in Ghostbusters.
She played Venkman.
I never saw it. Not because I didn't want to see it. I just.
Wait, she plays that character.
But yeah, I mean,
Igor Venkman.
the biggest news for me was that Andrew Schultz thing being pulled down by Facebook. When you're making fun of pedophiles, that shouldn't be bullying.
Well, was he saying they were pedophiles?
He was saying you don't know how elites are. Well, I can't even tell you what he's saying because it's been taken down. But I mean, everything he does is tongue
Hold
in
on.
cheek.
It got taken out from Facebook. I'm sure it's up
But is
somewhere.
it still up somewhere
Maybe it's still on
else?
YouTube. I didn't do my due diligence in that.
Yeah, you really should have.
But I know he was talking. I think Tinfoil Hat even said, "What's going on with this thing being taken down?"
It's super.
It's super lame.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like to see anything come down, especially when it's true.
If you had to recommend an episode this week,
Oh, we know what Simon's
Obviously,
recommending.
The last one. The aliens.
I think if it was to a friend, it'd be Bob Saget. I really thought that was a walk down memory lane, and they talked about Richard Jenny a lot. Do you guys remember Richard Jenny?
I think I would not recommend Bob Saget unless you were a real comedy connoisseur.
Or a baby of the 90s or whatever it is. Just if it resonates with you, America's Funniest Home Videos,
But I truly, it
Full
was.
House.
I think it was more about comedy than it was about Full House or America's Funniest Home Videos.
This podcast definitely was, as a comic, all the Sam Kinison stuff.
What was your question about Richard Jenny?
Do you guys remember him?
Yeah.
Like he was the funniest.
I don't even think I know what he looks like.
And I thought it was
do?
weird.
Can I see him?
I thought it was weird when Bob
Sorry, I
Saget.
don't have my phone.
I got it.
I thought it was weird when Bob Saget said he took down a comedy special. Like, how bad was it?
Must have been terrible.
Must have been terrible.
Yeah. Must
Brandon
have been
Shop's here, like,
terrible.
hold my beer.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, I
You
can't
done,
fucking-
Kay?
I did not come fully loaded. Well, actually, the a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I was going to bring up the Gaffigan thing. Came up in the podcast.
Gaffigan thing.
He posted his
Oh, yeah,
Mount
right.
Rushmore thing. It was attacked by both sides, even though it was older.
Oh, okay, I know who he is.
He was so.
How about
funny.
what's his name wearing the
Trump finally wearing a mask?
no, the Harden wearing the Blue Lives Matter mask. Did you see that whole thing?
The blue flag
And the
that's
NBA
pro
pulled it
police.
down.
Actually, that's what I want to talk about. So they're having a lot of problems with these sports they're trying to get on. The athletes are going, we're stuck here in this bubble for 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. Like,
How are they fucking all the girls in the bubble?
I like how I like how someone's getting paid like $10 million and they're like, I got to stay here for 8 weeks. Dude, there's a UFC fighter that had to fly to Abu Dhabi for like 15 grand last week. So shut the fuck up.
it's the human condition. But people are saying, like, first week, okay, this is kind of cool, summer camp or whatever. But as it goes on, they think there's going to be problems. And I believe there's a story that 75 players in the NFL tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, they're
The sports thing's not happening.
Did
And-
you Did you hear the whole NBA thing where they wouldn't put Free Hong Kong on the back of the jerseys and then claim that it was a glitch in the program or something?
But because it started with, they said part of the Black Lives Matter thing, they said, okay, you guys put advocate or activist messages on your uniforms,
Right.
except if it's
Right.
Anti-China.
Against China. Yeah.
Here
No,
we
but
go
to
again.
your point about China getting kind of a pass.
no, but there's a huge difference there. It's that the NBA does half their business over there.
you don't bite the hand that feeds.
Yeah, I mean, I get it to a point, but like
No, but Simon, I'm saying like they do billions of dollars worth of business over there, almost more than the States.
They're gutless.
and Trump is very afraid of that.
Well, the NBA is afraid of that.
Of
The
lost
NBA
revenue.
is afraid of it.
Well, if they
Yes,
have these
that's
deals
why they're
with
not
China,
talking shit about China. That's what we're talking about
if
right
they
now.
have these deals with
no,
China, they
they're
forecasted
in
to make
bed.
billions
The
over the year.
NBA is in bed with China. They
Yes.
are
That's what I just said.
Hollywood's in bed with China.
well, apparently.
Everyone's in bed with China.
It's a problem.
And I think they've slipped through the cracks.
You're absolutely right.
There it
like
is.
it's one thing for them to be part of your economy, right? It's a totally different thing for them to be part of like your pop culture lexicon.
zeitgeist.
You know what I
But
mean?
this goes back to the problem with Peter Schiff is someone like Peter Schiff would be like, it doesn't matter. There
That's
you
gonna
have
work it out.
Well, no, it's like your job is to make the best business you can to make the most money. So if China is is a bigger market, then you have to go over there.
at the
and if you have
detriment
to
of your country.
and if you have to kowtow to, is that the right way?
Kowtow.
Yeah,
Sure.
to China, then that's what you have to do.
I'm
But
not
that's-
sure. He might be imposing fair financial, economic sanctions and stuff to make it screw over China.
But that's a really good question. Okay. So you have like a company who's beholden to its shareholders. And what if they need to do something that is against the best interest of the country that they belong to? But they have to do it because it makes their company money, i.e., working with China, even though China could be very well infiltrating our this.
The problem, Simon, is with
The same way that we try and infiltrate the minds, or not us, but like the American government will try and infiltrate the minds of the young of other countries.
Propaganda.
To try and sway them, which leads me into, I listened to the craziest podcast called Winds of Change. I suggest you listen to it. It's all about this idea that the CIA used the band The Scorpions, to make the song Winds of Change to weigh
Get it
the
out.
Russian people and then have the Berlin Wall fall.
And they tie it all together and prove it.
Boom, boom, boom.
And that's an all right song. So I guess the CIA is not all bad.
No, they're really bad. Like really, really bad. Anyways, it's a really crazy podcast and a really neat story. You should totally listen to it. Because there was this huge concert in Russia,
Moscow.
in Moscow, where they brought over Skid Row, Bon Jovi, Scorpions, Motley Crue, and
It's
like
like 1 million people.
it was a concert against drug use for kids. And look at the lineup; it's all a bunch of druggies. And the guy who put it on was a huge drug runner tied into like the cartels. Anyways, listen to it. It's really interesting. Apparently he gets caught and then has to put this show on. And at the show, the lead singer of the Scorpions, I forget his name. Anyways,
I never knew it.
He was never the guy who wrote the music, but he wrote that song that he just happened to make at this concert. It's very interesting.
But we really got off topic there. What I was trying to say, not to take anything
Sorry.
we said, it seems like this whole sports thing is just imploding. The
Russell
Canadian government,
Westbrook got it.
the Canadian government said Blue Jays can't play in Toronto.
Well, because they don't want all the other teams coming through, right? The
Yeah, but no,
American teams.
it's just their eyes are bigger than their stomachs.
But
I
they
think.
are letting the NHL be the hub city in Toronto, right?
We'll see. We'll see. I think this is very fluid, and the whole thing could fall apart.
Listen, I said it again. I said it in March when this whole thing popped off. I said I highly doubt there'll be sports again this year. I was amazed the British Premier League they're, what are they, a couple days away from finishing?
How many people do they employ, do you think, by starting the season again? Like, is it enough to make it worthwhile?
Probably.
It's a shitload of people.
Okay, no, that's all I'm
Fucking
asking.
ton of people.
Like, you have to look at the pros and cons, you know?
In other sports news, Simon made the change, which is why I think you can be prime minister. The Redskins are changing their name.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I infiltrated
That's
the
fucking
universe.
crazy.
Simon made it happen. And it's all falling apart for them because now they have had 15 women came out with sexual harassment allegations.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
you guys are going to be on Joe Rogan, man. I'm
What
telling you.
is the name going to be?
Hugh and Kamar.
What is the name going to be? Something overtly offensive to another race?
The Washington Warriors?
The Chinks?
Imagine we're getting rid of the Eskimos and they just pick them up. Like, yeah, we're the Eskimos now. Suck it.
No ideas?
If they're smart, they'll just pick a fucking animal and move on.
They should be the lobbyists.
Yeah, maybe they'll be like the Senators,
The
the
Suits?
Washington Senators,
The Suits?
or
The G-men.
the Washington.
That's all right.
Suits.
G-men, that's like government agents.
The Giants are the G-men, though.
Well, they are, but I guess they
Maybe they could be
Fight
the
for it.
Men in Black, the Washington Men in
Washington
Black.
Men in Black, too wordy.
I like it.
So yeah, that's a big change. That's a big change for systematic racism. Way to go, Washington. Do you guys think there'll be a Epstein movie?
Yes.
Who do you think would play Jeffrey
Clooney.
Epstein?
Well,
Clooney,
first
Clooney,
this Giselle.
Nice call right
Who?
off the bat.
Cloontang.
Oh, nice.
I was thinking it could also be Tom Hardy.
No, he's-
first,
he'd want that
First, the Giselle Maxwell thing has to work itself out. 'Cause
Demi
that's
Moore.
going to have to be part of the movie.
That's Demi Moore.
Yeah, no, but Demi Moore is a little bit too. Yeah, you know what?
They have to
Kumar?
start filming today.
All right, I'll give you that. But definitely Cloontang.
He'd be good in it, but you know who also could do it is
Zac Efron.
Jeffrey. What's his
Jeffrey
fucking
Rush.
name? No. From he plays the bad guy in the fucking zombie show. There, what's that show called? Walking Dead.
Brian Dennehy.
He plays the guy with the bat with the.
Did you say Brian Dennehy?
Oh no, he's passed away.
He hasn't.
I do not know
No,
that.
Brian
actor's name.
Dennehy has passed away, he said.
Jeffrey
No,
Deaver.
I
or
think
something.
Clooney is the best Epstein.
Yeah.
Sometimes he
Clooney.
just bang out of the park. Back to the Bob Lazar one. Oh no, the podcast. They all begged on the Beware the Pale Horse.
Yeah, Cooper.
Had any of us read that book?
I've read excerpts from. I was the one that brought him up 56
That's
episodes
what I
ago.
remember. But you thought there was some credibility to it, or you said it's far out there?
No, what I said was I remember I was telling Simon to look into him because I was like, he's right up your alley, just in the way he was killed.
Oh, he says a bunch of stuff and then he's killed. So
Well, just
he
like
becomes
the
our martyr.
cops showed up at his house, and like 15 cops showed up, and they ended up shooting him dead in his laneway or something. So,
And they ruled it suicide.
yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, regardless of what the guy said or how this guy felt about it, I'm just saying when someone dies, when 15 cops show up at your like remote ranch and shoot you to death, and
You got too close to the truth. Flew too close to the sun.
But so I'm saying after the fact, these guys all were talking about said it's all full of shit. That's sort of the impression.
that's
I
how
got.
they felt. Yeah.
So I think I'm not going to go to my way to read that book.
Yeah.
Do me a favor there.
I'm not going out of my way either. You know who loves that book?
Beware the Pale Horse.
Beyond the Pale Horse?
No, it's Behold the Pale
Behold
Horse.
the Pale Horse?
I believe.
Somebody.
Sam Tripoli.
Of course.
Oh, I wonder if he'll have any comments after this.
We'll see.
Now I want to know if I'm right. Are we done then?
So yeah, sports is fucked. Ghislaine
I just
Maxwell's
have two
fucked.
things I wanted to say
Oh, right on.
really quick. One is I found out this week, and I cannot believe this. You know those square batteries?
Duracell,
No, but you know the square? What kind of battery
9
is
volt,
that?
D volt.
A D-volt, whatever
Whatever.
it is. Have you ever seen inside them?
No.
It's a bunch of little batteries.
It's just a bunch of little batteries.
Oh, those ones. Yeah. Yeah.
It fucking blew my mind.
Are
I
you
saw
talking
it
about the
today.
big?
No. Just the little 9-volt battery.
There's just little batteries
It's
in
just
there.
little batteries
This
in
year's
there.
old when
It's
I
just to
found that.
hold together a bunch of little batteries. It's not a square battery. I thought it was a square battery.
For the
word is
record,
a
guys,
scam.
it's Behold a Pale Horse.
Behold a Pale Horse.
I said, behold the pale horse.
So Simon found out a big battery is full of little
Yeah.
batteries.
And then the only
It's
other
like a
thing-
babushka doll.
I was just, oh, fuck, you beat me to a good work. Nice work, Mark. Don't touch me.
It's
Blind
actually,
dirty.
I think it's a matryoshka doll.
I think you're correct, but
Yeah,
babushka.
whatever.
That's the
That's like
thing
a
you wear
Mandela
on your
effect.
head. What is?
The Mandubla effect.
The manduble, yeah.
That everyone thinks is a babushka, but it's a matryoshka.
The Michael Bublé effect?
Right, exactly. That's exactly what that is. Okay. You got it, man. And then the other thing, I just wanted to use this platform to say that Wayfair has been really dicking me around with a pair of coverings for my pillows that they refuse to send me, and A to B pedophiles.
Well, tell him what happened. He ordered a cabinet. They sent him a kid.
I was just going to say, Simon's like, I ordered a $15,000 Veronica.
No, I just want it's a Samir, and
No.
It's a
I
Samir.
just want my fucking pillow covers.
Someone came in hard on the Reddit or something, said it's all bullshit. It was all face photoshopped in. And
Well, can I tell you what I did learn about it
Yeah, of
just
course.
before we leave?
That's why we're here.
So the picture of the guy with Ghislaine, which apparently started
head of
this whole
Wayfair?
thing, it's not even him. So like the whole thing was like
Here's the weird thing, though. She's a socialite. So isn't there going to be photos of her with a lot of
Everybody.
rich people? Like,
Yeah.
it seems vaguely incriminating to just...
Again, I don't even know if that's why this thing started. I just assume that somebody saw that picture and
I'm just saying, if the internet is going to take anyone that's ever been in a photo with this woman and then be like, their business is full of pedophilia, it seems like, what are we doing here?
But I did hear listen, it's weird. I'm not going to come out and say whether it's true or not. I was just joking around there. They're fucking me over with these pillows. So, but there is some weird shit there. It's just weird. I mean, the storage lockers, the this, the that. It just seems odd.
I don't know. Anything that just comes out so mainstream, I'm skeptical of more.
Do you believe at all in the concept of like whoever this nefarious organization is, that they like rub your nose and things?
Yes, that's part of the perversion.
You think so? So wouldn't this just be an example of that when people say, why would they do this out in the open when
That's
they
what
could
I
just
said to
be
Matt
doing
last
this
week.
in the dark web?
That's what I said to.
No, I'm sorry, Kamar. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. No, that's what I said to Matt last week. But I'm just saying now people are coming saying this is all false. There's other people, lesser or greater than me, are doing the research.
Let me ask you this, though. When these pedophiles have their big meetings, do you think there's someone who's new to the group that like voices their opinion is like, guys, maybe we're a bit too out there. I know I'm new. I don't want to rock the boat, but
you
like,
don't know how we do things around here.
Yeah, I don't think those
Fair
guys get
enough.
to go to the meetings.
Okay.
It's something like the Clinton painting,
Like there's something there.
where he's in the dress.
Yeah.
It seems that's
But you know about that painting. So that
tell?
painting was painted by this woman, and she didn't sell it to Jeffrey Epstein. She painted 2 paintings, one of Bill Clinton in a dress and one of George Bush in a dress. And it was like this thing she did for her art theses. But remember in the movie how Epstein would go to these shows and just buy it was like a thing. She had no idea that it ended up at Jeffrey's house. So here we are thinking that he had this painting painted of Clinton to
he said
make
it's
it
nothing
seem
nefarious at
like
all, other than him buying
But
it.
it's not. He
Nefarious,
just thought it was great. Look, it may still be rubbing Clinton's nose in, and it doesn't mean Clinton's not guilty, but it just goes to show you, like,
there are explanations.
we had no idea what that part of the story was.
Jeffrey Epstein's not a bad
And
guy.
I've heard them talk about this so many times on Tinfoil Hat, and nobody has bothered to check it. You know what I mean?
That's because it's convenient for their story and their
Well,
narrative.
hey man, if you send the right word or email, you can get yourself on Tinfoil Hat, and I think you should be on Tinfoil Hat.
Oh no, dude, I'm so useless. I know like bits and pieces about nothing.
No, all you have to do is introduce like a 5-minute introduction what you're talking about, and then Sam's just gonna scream, "I know, it's crazy" for the next half hour.
Dude, listen,
Then you got
if
your email.
if I wanted to get on, I would just go hard Anunnaki
with a just sprinkle of Bigfoot.
with some ancient civilization. He loves that shit.
Oh no, I see no reason why you're not on that show.
No, I don't want, dude. Trust me. Like I said, I don't know anything about anything.
Every once in a while, because now you listen all the time, I listen to it to try to have something in common with you. But I was listening to one, and it went into the underwater thing, and just the guy presented was like,
Underwater
"Well, I'm
thing.
glad, yeah, Sam. We're gonna start with some really interesting facts that you may not know." And I was
Dude,
like,
you don't
I'm
like
fucking
that
outta
guy?
here.
That's
When he
that's-
was talking about the
Kings
Thousand Year
List
Old
guy.
Kings, that's good. But it's like 3 or 4 appearances, they come too prepared, and it's just it's not as fun. I like someone in the back of the library passing a note, or so sneaky. It's not. What I was gonna say is the Knapp Corbell one at times felt like a JFK moment.
the Nat Corbett.
Knapp and Corbell on Rogan.
Okay, what did it seem like?
You know, in JFK, when Donald Sutherland is breaking the shit down to Kevin Costner on the bench, which is a conversation that never happened, but it makes the thing most compelling. It's like, in Australia, the news was there before. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever I refer to a JFK moment, that's what I'm talking about. It feels like you're listening in on something like, this is real information that is important to hear, but it's not going to move the needle.
Well, what about the files he gave him? He was the first guy to
And he
see.
didn't want to touch it. That was interesting. A little showmanship on Joe's part.
Joe's gonna be dead next week.
Oh, my God.
Well,
With
that'd
his
be
fucking fingerprints planted at a rape scene.
that'd
Listen,
be
if
crazy.
they didn't get rid of Bob Lazar, they're definitely not getting rid of Joe Rogan.
No.
This was the long con.
Listen, after finding out that the CIA wrote Winds of Change, anything is fucking possible, man.
They can write
Like-
good music and they can be
No, but just
bad.
I really want you to just leave on this note, okay? Because I know Maddie's really hot.
Yeah.
Just think about this for the week. They fucked with Manson. They wrote that whole narrative. They had been drugging people and making them do their will for a really long time. This is just another example of how nefarious they are. Like,
And you know what's crazy? CIA puts their pants on one leg at a time.
I don't think they do. I
And-
think they're pulling it over tentacles.
And when those pants go on, Simon, CIA writes hit fucking records.
Apparently there's nothing they can't do, man.
There you go. Goodbye.
Keep your eyes open.